Hi there, this is Becky Croxton, and I'm pleased to welcome you to Module 4, Website Evaluation. This week we're going to be taking a critical look at websites to determine if the information you see is crap or not. So in this brief presentation, I'm going to talk a little bit about why website evaluation skills are necessary. I'm going to give you some useful tips for evaluating websites, and then I'll show you the ropes of how to put this week's assignment together. When you're searching for information using the internet, there's no doubt you're going to find information, and a lot of it, but you need to look with a critical eye to see if it's good. Whether you're a college student hoping to find that perfect information to help you write a wonderful research paper, or you wish to be an informed citizen of the world who knows how to make educated decisions relating to their healthcare, politics, finances, or social decisions, or most importantly, if you're a teacher, you really need to know what you're looking at when you're reviewing information on the internet. When you're looking at information on the internet, there are a lot of great tips that you can use to evaluate websites, but my favorite is the CRAB test. For example, you need to look to see if the information is current enough for your purposes. Sometimes old information is okay and sometimes it's not, but for any good website you should be able to see when it was last updated or when it was published. This may either be in the form of a date at the top of an article, or if you scroll down to the bottom of the page, you can usually find a copyright date. Secondly, you need to look to see if it's relevant to what you're doing. Does it meet your information needs? Who is the intended audience for the site? Would you be comfortable citing this source in one of your own research papers? Next, look to see who is the author, the publisher, or the sponsor of the information. Do you think the author is qualified to write on this topic? And why do you think so? Is there contact information for the author or the publisher or the sponsor? Those are usually good indications of a site's authority. Next, you need to look at the website with a critical eye to determine if the information looks accurate. Where does the information come from? Is it just from somebody's own head, or is it based on research? Is the information supported by evidence? Can you tell if the information has been reviewed or refereed? Can you verify any of the information you see from another source or from your background knowledge? And finally, look at the purpose of the website. If it's loaded with a lot of advertisements, there may be a financial purpose to the website, encouraging you to buy something. Or it may be the site is for informational purposes or entertainment. Or maybe they're trying to push forward a political or ideological agenda. You need to be careful, especially when you're having your students look at websites. Okay, so what's next? First, I'd like you to review the readings through the links that are available on the website and work through the tutorial. And then I'd like you to find a website that you might use in a lesson with your students. And next, I'd like you to identify a common core standard that relates to the lesson that will involve use of this website with your students. And finally, using the form in Module 4, I'd like you to evaluate the website using the CRAB test. Okay, so to find the form that you'll use to evaluate your website, you're just going to scroll down to Module 4. Okay, so now we're in your module, and go ahead and scroll down the page to the assignment section. And so in the second part of the screen, you see a window. Mine says iSpartan, which means I need to log in. So I'm going to go ahead and log in there. If you're already logged into your iSpartan account, then the window that you see is going to look something like this. So this is the form that I'd like you to use to complete your assignment. So you're just going to scroll down, or read the directions, scroll down, enter your name, the website, the grade level you hope to teach, fill in the blanks. And then what I wanted to point out is way at the bottom of the screen. And you see this little box at the bottom that says, send me a copy of my responses. And I highly recommend that you go ahead and check that box. That way you'll receive a copy of your responses in your email. This is a great way to save your responses as a backup copy. When you're ready, go ahead and press submit, and you are done with Module 4. Thanks and have a great week.